What's going on, everybody? Who do we have here, and what did you just do?
My name is Yaxine. Yeah, obviously that's not my name. My name is Yacine, right? I got top 16 at YCS Mexico playing the best deck again. I played Crystron, of course, for the second time in a row. I mean, for the third YCS in a row. But this is my back-to-back top with Crystron, and I'm the only person on Earth, actually, who's managed to do it so far. So I feel really happy about myself. And I feel really happy about the deck as well. This deck was insane. The deck list was super clean. Honestly, not much that I would change, honestly. I think this deck was perfect for this YCS specifically. And then once we get Alliance Inside, things are going to change. But Crystron is such an incredible, underrated deck. And I've been saying this forever. A lot of people were thinking that, you know, I was overhyping the deck or it was clickbait and stuff and the deck wasn't actually that good. But no, it really is in the right hands. So if you can actually invest the time and effort into it, you will definitely get rewarded. Which is why I recommend getting my spreadsheet at yacineygo.com. Very first link in the description box below. For only $20 US, you can master the deck yourself. But yeah, I do have some shoutouts before we go any further. So obviously, shoutouts to all my friends who supported me. Shoutouts to my sponsors, Card Brawlers. Check them out and use the coupon code YACIN5 for 5% off. And also shoutouts to Team Inspire, Dueling Guard, etc. All the good stuff is in the description. And with that being said, let's get right into it. So for the monsters, obviously, double Chistalos, the Citri, Thesvern, Brastiordo, and then triple Smiger. So, oh, sorry, wait, where's the third? Oh, there you go. Shoutouts to the Konami sleeves. But yeah, a lot of people don't play Brastiordo. That's because they don't watch my videos, or they don't have the spreadsheet. Because if you did, you would understand why this card is actually crucial in like most combos. And this card kept coming up literally every single time. So I actually find it really funny when people say that it's not needed because it's extremely needed. You definitely don't want to play 3 for obvious reasons. I already mentioned that multiple times. It's not a card that does anything on its own. And yeah, Thesvern, unless you're playing like Azamina or something. So in other words, unless you're trying to lose, don't play more than one. And yeah, Citri is a must, unfortunately. Smiger is a 1-card combo. It's either 8100 damage OTK by going into Quarren Galdrex to banish 3 cards, or it's 4 disruptions going first. It's actually the worst going first like combo starter that you have. Even though it's 4 disruptions, it's double Dragster, Quarren Galdrex, and Cluster, whereas Foolish and Inclusion, it's Infinity, Cluster, Quarren Galdrex, Dragster. So instead of having the second Dragster, you got Infinity, but still, I'm not going to complain too much. It's still a really good card. And yeah, sometimes, you're just kind of screwed. You just need, like, to top deck a good card, and it's the Smiger, and you just win there. Shoutouts to my round 7, Christian the GOAT. But yeah, for the big boys, triple Sofnir, as well as double Sulfador. So this one, it's like, it combos with all the Crystron cards except itself, whereas this, it combos only with like normal summons, and it's actually kind of rough when you have to normal summon a bad name and then like destroy it with Sulfador. It just makes you like more vulnerable to like so many more disruptions, whereas with this and any Crystron discard, obviously again, other than itself, you can naturally play through like a Veiler Imperm by going to like the SP line to dodge it. Again, nobody knows how to do this. Everybody just keeps eating Veilers and Imperms on this for no good reason. But if you know exactly how to play your deck, you shouldn't lose to like a hand trap at all. Except if like your hand is garbage, it's like this and Cluster, and then you get ashed. Yeah, obviously, but that's not gonna happen. We're better than this. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Crystron cards. But we do play some cards that are kind of like Crystron cards. So Unicorn Fenrir, the Kashtira package. It's a 5-card package that I'm going for this time because I'm also playing these 2 cards right here. Field Spell and Birth. So obviously Birth is kind of like the brick of the deck. But a Field Spell gets you either a Unicorn or Fenrir, whichever one you're missing in whatever the context is. I didn't draw the Field Spell a single time, in this tournament, but I barely got Drolled, so it's not like it would have changed anything. Droll is not really a staple this format, because Malice is very popular. I played against like 5 Malice at the YCS, and it obviously does nothing against them. So if anything, they're going to side the Droll, but not a lot of people actually main deck the Droll. And Birth is not actually like the same level of brick as Takatumborg in the Speedroad package, because Terratop Takatumborg is always bad. It's always an egg one in your hand. Whereas if you have like Fenrir and Birth, all of a sudden it's 7 disruptions. So you can't really say that it's, a bad card to draw all the time. Obviously, when you draw Birth and nothing else, it is what it is. But sometimes you randomly draw like, let's say Theisdver and then Birth, and all of a sudden you get to combo, because now you can go normal summon Theisdver, destroy the Birth, summon the Tristalos, make High Speed Roid Shenbara, and then go Tristalos effect destroy, summon Sulfador and Tristalos Chainlink 1, and then you foolish 2 cards and just play from there. So this card doesn't really feel like it's bad, right? Whereas again, the Speed Roid package is just it's just more redundancy as well. These cards also push for so much going second, and Unicorn being able to banish the Malice Link monsters from the extra deck is also huge. Sometimes depending on the context, you want to banish Splash Mage. And no, I have never banished a single detonator this YCS because I've only played against 2 Razio Mitsurugi, and I didn't draw this card going first anyways. So yeah, very good engine, great going first, great going second. It's better than the Speedroid engine, but the Speedroid engine is like the second best engine that you can play in Crystron, but it is not the best one. And it also doesn't bring that much more consistency because of redundancy issues. Like, unless you draw like Terror Top and 4 hand traps, it's usually not better. And also you can draw like Fenrir and 4 hand traps, and it's really good because you eventually get to engine by searching Unicorn, and then if the Fenrir dies, then next turn you go special Unicorn, search Birth, revive back the Fenrir, search Fenrir, and then, you know, you can Draco Sack Cherubini combo from there. And again, that is 7 disruptions while having a lot of pressure in the process. For the hand traps, I'm playing 13. So triple Fua, triple Ash, triple Droll, speaking of the card that isn't seeing that much play, and then triple Imperm, and then 1 Ogre. I mean, Droll was like alright. It wasn't like insane. I might have like drawn useless Drolls at times actually, but when I was going first, this card was actually one of the best cards. If anything, it was just like the cherry on top. Like, I'm already FTKing my opponent, and on top of that, no searching. So, you know, activate Prosperity, search something, you're under Droll, and on top of that, I have like Infinity, Dragster, Tristalos, Cluster, etc. There's just no way I can lose. And yeah, obviously, these cards are, it is what it is. These cards are always broken, and Ogre was obviously the worst hand trap. That's the reason why it's just a 1-of. It doesn't cover that much ground. It got called by the grave like when it would have mattered. Like, for example, like my opponent goes, okay, Malice in Underground, which is the worst Malice starter because it has to go into Splash Mage to play, so I Ogre the Splash Mage, and it obviously gets called by the grave. So it's like that one application where Ogre was like, oh, I'm actually really happy that I drew it, irrelevant, but I drew this card twice against Christian Urena, was on Mermail, and it was garbage. And it's not like I want to see this card, but I have nothing else to play instead. So yeah, I'm not trying to play the 1-of Talent. Obviously, that would be worse. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's like I need 13 hand traps because I'm trying to play 20 non-engine if you count the Fenrir and Field Spell. Apart from that, otherwise it would be like 17. But yeah, again, I can't really think of any card that would have been better. It's just like, at least you can top deck this card as like the 6th card. It could have been like a Veiler, but come on, I'm not trying to do that either. So yeah, it's like the hand trap lineup was fine for the most part. And again, we're not done with the non-engine cards because we were also on a triple Droplet as well as Call by the Grave. I do not believe I ever drew Call by the Grave a single time in the YCS, even though it was like 13 rounds that I played, which is kind of weird, but a lot of the cards in the deck, for some reason, I just didn't see too often, or I was seeing way too much. Like I said, the Kashtira Field Spell I never saw a single time, so I almost forgot that I play it. And then, yeah, Ogre, even though it's a 1-of, I saw it so often when it never mattered. So yeah, just a weird tournament experience overall, but it obviously worked out for me, so I can't complain. Some more starters, of course, so Foolish Inclusion, that's kind of a no-brainer. You're obviously playing these cards in your deck, and the Cluster, which is not a brick, and you do not side this card out going second. Never. Under no circumstance. For the, I guess we'll go into the side, whatever. Triple Perulia, triple Meows, of course. These are just broken overall. Right? Perulia is like really good against Memento and Crystron, of course, right? And then it's also good against like the Raziel deck, so it's just overall fine. And then Meows is very good against Malice and Memento as well, so just a card that you kind of have to play. So these cards are just staple right now. And Lightning Storm Duster, instead of Lightning Storm, I had Magnamut and Juazworm, and then I cut both for the Lightning Storms kind of last minute in a way-ish. Not really, just like 1 week before the YCS, but still. This card was really nasty against Blue Eyes. My opponent has 4 back row, I go Lightning Storm, my opponent goes Drill Beam, I chain Droplets and the Lightning Storm. So yeah, Drill Beam doesn't negate, all of your cards die, True Light destroys your board, and then there's 0 disruptions and I win. Kinda nasty. And it always felt like an okay-ish card. But yeah, sometimes I would like draw it like off of Meows on my own turn when I would already have committed to the board, so it's just like, ugh. Yeah, if like it would have been like better in that context to draw Duster, but it's completely fine. And then for the other blowouts that I played, Solemn Strike, the Different Dimension Ground, I drew Solemn Strike 0 times, and I drew Different Dimension Ground 3 times. No, sorry, twice actually, against Pac in round 9 and against my top 16 opponent on game 2. And the game was not played out. It's just I flipped this card, and boom, we go to game 3. That's it. So it's Exodia. It really is. If you are not playing Different Dimension Ground for this YCS, you are basically just giving free wins or free opportunities to your opponent because it is by far the best card that you can play. The only dead matchup is Malice, but if you're not playing against Malice, and also even sometimes against Malice, outside this card in, like against Malice, Fiendsmith Bestial very specifically. The other versions no, but Malice Fiendsmith Bestial, it plays 1 rabbit, 1 cat, 2 dormouse, and then potentially even like sometimes 2 field spells instead of 3 because no terraforming. So like they rely so much more on the Fiendsmith cards and the Bestials, and this shuts down literally everything. So it's like they're basically playing a pure Malice deck, but with like half the starters. So even then it can still be okay. And yeah, Solemn Strike in theory it's good. It's a good card. So just again weird tournament experience because I never saw it. For the Synchros, High Speed Roach and Bara for the OTK. 4600 damage, it does matter, and also the fact that it's a level 5. You do have to play at least 1 level 5 in your extra deck. Amatrix is not great because it doesn't really solve like a specific problem for your deck, whereas Chanbara at least allows you to push off of like 1 card. So if you need to OTK, this card is like your best friend, and sometimes you just need to push for a lot of damage. Just to like against Malice, like inflicting damage can be an interruption because now you can't use your Malice effects anymore. So yeah, Samurai Destroyer. I never went into this card actually, but it's a great card of course for beating Nibiru, and it has a lot of like very nice applications. Like for example, if your opponent has like a Chengying or a Detonator, and you've got a cluster face down, you can go, okay, Samurai Destroyer, attack, and then on attack declaration, use cluster to destroy either the Chengying or the Detonator, and as soon as your Samurai Destroyer battles, like declares an attack, the monster's effect is negated and your opponent can't respond. So like all the continuous effects that would protect your opponent's monsters, they are no longer relevant. So yeah, that's a cool trick to destroy indestructible monsters with Samurai Destroyer. Fantastic card. Double El Skeletus, great, of course. The second one does come up, and then double Dragster. Second one also comes up sometimes. Off of like the 1-card Smiger combo, it does. But yeah, it feels very. I feel so comfortable when I got the second, because what it means is that if like the first one gets outed and I got like a Citri sitting around on the field, then the Citri just goes into the second one, and then there's just no way my opponent can resolve some spells and traps. And against Memento, Dragster is a great interruption because they got Bone Party, they got Memento Fusion. So if you can negate the spells that allow them to play through all of your back disruptions, then you win. But the reason why I lost in top 16 against Memento is because it's like it's a weird interaction where add Dragster and Infinity, and you know, pretty much like the whole board. Then my opponent went to Book of Eclipse. I'm like, whatever, I guess I'll Dragster negate. Like, there's no way for me to like randomly guess what else is in his hand. And unfortunately, he used Droplets, so I'm like, yeah, that's just unfortunate because there's nothing I can do about it at this point. But if I negated the Book of Eclipse with Infinity, then I can respond to the Droplet by using Cluster to destroy my own Infinity, and then the Book of Eclipse doesn't resolve because the Droplet was not able to negate Infinity. But Dragster, unfortunately, it has to successfully lose 2 levels to negate a spell or trap, so I was not able to do this play where I self-destruct my own Dragster so that it still resolves. So unfortunately, that led to my demise, which, yeah, it kind of sucks. Vermilion Dragon Mech came up multiple times, but never for its effect to self-destruct, which is kind of weird. But that is actually a good thing. It just meant that I never drew Fenrir and Citri. But again, check out my spreadsheet if you don't know what these cards do, because every combo is like very well explained. And yeah, this one is like one of the most interesting ones. A lot of people are wondering why you should even play this card, but very, very simple, very clearly explained in it. Quarren Gondrax, of course, broken card, Infinity Nova. Shoutouts to David for the QCR, it looks so beautiful, my god. My 3rd time doing well in an event with this card in my extra deck. Let's go. Draco Sack Cherubini, of course, and then Clockwork Knight SP Typhon. I actually used the on-field effect of Clockwork Knight once or twice this YCS, and it wasn't too bad. Like, I would just have like a random like Thysvern on the field, and then I would go Clockwork Knight, send the Thysvern, revive back the Tristalos, and then, you know, I got like a disruption for next turn, or just like a better follow-up card. So that's cool. I actually came up against Christian Urena on round 7, and that helped me out a lot against him. Cool. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the main extra deck and side deck, whatever. Again, everything is like very well explained in my spreadsheet, just in case like the explanations weren't good enough. But yeah, when you get access to the spreadsheet, you also get access to like the Discord community, where, you know, everybody helps each other out. We're like over 300 now, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I'm always there to like answer questions. I'm also hosting classrooms every now and then, so yeah, it's not like a super consistent thing, but I've already done, I believe, twice in the past. I'm doing a 3rd one very soon, so yeah, if you got access to the spreadsheet, then not only will you you know, not have to pay for those classrooms, they're included, but also you'll always have access to like lifetime updates. So when we're gonna be getting the K9 archetype, you better believe that the spreadsheet will be updated with brand new combos, and it's gonna be absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait. But yeah, that's it for these for this deck profile. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also huge shout out to all my friends here. You know, Rico, Landon, who's not here, unfortunate, but we kind of roomed together, I guess, in a way, kind of. And shout outs to you, of course, my boy Patrick Oben. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.